Okay, I think it should be working right now. Okay, I think it should be working right now. Excellent. So let's talk. So, for anyone who is wondering, this is the Banlist wish list that I sometimes make, maybe annually, maybe a few months into the Yu-Gi-Oh metagame, and I've been playing a few games online. Not that many, as much as I uh, want to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not that free to play it all the time, and I also have other shit to do. So my time gets split into different parts. But I think I kind of am familiar with what's going on in the metagame while seeing other people's gameplay and also playing online myself. And currently, the best decks in the format are Kashidira, Sprite, and Dragon Link, maybe, and maybe Tier Elements, I think. So I think the hits should be centered around those. But more than just hitting the best decks, I think just kind of cleaning up all the floodgates seems to be the great move, especially now since you're trying. Oh, and also Labyrinth is a good deck, and especially now that the power level of the format seems to be lowering, because I was really confused on what Konami was trying to do when they were released tier limits. Then they hit tier limit really hard. Now they're hitting super heavy end purely. So I realized, oh wait, Konami actually wants the power level to be a little down, and I like that. I think I mean, increasing the power leveling is exciting in some ways too, because you can play with your new toys and your new toys only. But effect that also is almost like an effective set rotation. I don't think Konami exactly wants that. They actually are okay with lowering the power level then. But if you're going to do that, the first thing you should do is ban all the floodgates, like rivalry. Yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while, since so I know uh, this isn't enough. What these some of these cards do. And yeah, I've been repeating these words. Goes and match. Skilled Rain and Dispel. This and Dispel. Rivalry. There can be only one. Goes and Skilled Rain. There's probably a few. Epidemic Virus. Eradicated Epidemic Virus. Yeah, I mean, I think these are the only ones that are actually kind of mattering. And especially in regards to Labyrinth, I think hitting the floodgates will just make Labyrinth more fair. But yeah, I think it also might push Labyrinth off the meta list, which is good because I don't want to play, want the meta ticks of the format to be an eradicated user or an anti-spell user or a skilled rain user. And unfortunately, I think Tikiboo, skilled rain and anti-spell and eradicator also like work really well with, and rivalry. Yeah, rivalry also, all the labyrinth monsters are fiends, so it really works well with the monsters in the format in labyrinth. And besides that, I think these cards are just really fun. I think these cards are super racist. These cards are destroy certain strategies a lot, and I personally don't want these types of cards to be here. Like, obviously, rivalry doesn't do anything if both players are playing mono types, but I don't know. I don't want certain decks to automatically win uh, when when For example, if rival is certain good against certain mishmash strategies, then it automatically wins against those mishmash strategies. Whereas Tikaboo is exactly the opposite. Where if you're playing a mono deck, then a Tikaboo can like destroy a mono strategies. It's not even that good in Labyrinth. I think it's kind of good in I guess yeah, it's good in Sky Strikers. Any type of floodgate is good in Sky Strikers. It's also sort of a way to stipulate Sky Strikers too, because Sky Strikers is a good deck that's really fun and skillful, but unfortunately it also works really well with floodgates. But I don't think it's not Labyrinth's or Sky Strikers' fault. If anything, those decks are really fair. These floodgates just need to go. They're too strong. They're unskillful because it doesn't require the player to make certain decision making. The Shizu cards, as strong as they are, require a lot of decision making from the players. Even stuff like the Bestials require a certain level of decision making. And yeah. Yeah, I think these cards should be banned. Definitely. There's also some other concerns. Oh yeah, I think definitely Kishiro needs to be hit. The freaking Arise Heart and the Shangri-La. I know you guys might think that, oh, maybe Shangri-La might be okay if it's limited to one, and yes, without Diablosis, it's kind of like hard to activate the effect of Shangri-La over and over again. You can't do the whole zone lock thing, but even then, like zone locking all of your spell trap zones is kind of cancerous. Even all of your monster zones is also kind of cancerous too. Like, it doesn't automatically win you the game, but I really don't like this find the out type of gameplay. I would much rather prefer if Kashitero was a unicorn and Fenrir control type of strategies, and those types of stuff are kind of fun. I honestly kind of enjoy it. But yeah, as a deck, it's just not great. Yeah, as a deck, it's just not great. You can play Ogre and 3 Ogres, 3 Fenrir, and 3 Unicorn. Call that a Kashitiro deck from now on. I personally we should. I think that's way more fair. And yeah, I just don't like Kashitiro as a strategy. I don't think it's something that's designed to be a meta deck. That's not really fun for a meta. I think a meta deck needs to be fun. It's supposed to represent the entire Yu-Gi-Oh game and it also needs to be skill based. So it can't just be like coin tosses and like something like Time Wizard all the time. It's kind of fun, but it's only fun in the sense that as it's fun in the sense that gambling is fun, Gambling is kind of fun, but getting twisted is kind of fun. But I think more skilled based cards like the tier limited Shizu format is much more preferred. I don't necessarily think that we need to have a tier 0 format like that, but just having it so that every single meta deck involved is more skill based is cool. I think Arise Heart and Shangri-La is just not great. They're not very skill based. Yeah, it's too strong. Look, aside from the whole macrocosmos effect, which is really kind of annoying, it's also too strong. You can like attach more materials to it, then you can like I don't know, banish things face down with a quick effect. And yeah, I haven't really played against Arise Kishiro that much. Fortunately, I think our online players just don't do it that often. But every time I saw a gameplay of Kishiro, it doesn't look interesting at all. Sometimes it's super cancerous with the whole zone locking thing, and when it's not zone locking, it's just macrocosmos, which is kind of boring. So yeah, like hit those. Like this is the best deck in the format. This has been the best deck in the format for too long, in my opinion, especially considering how boring it is. And I really wish Purely was the best deck in the format, but unfortunately, Konami hit it, which is fine. If you're going to hit Purely, I also think that Purely and Super Heavy like that. Then I also think that you should hit every other deck as well. And it's kind of mysterious as to why they did do that. I don't understand why Konami is so in love with Kashtira. I think this is just a great hit. It just absolutely kind of kills the cancer side of Kashtira for good. I think a singular ice hard is all they need to be the best thing in the format. And that kind of sucks. Okay, now I think the format is sort of fixed because all these cards, floodgates are kind of good. Floodgates are bad. There are certainly bad floodgates like Secret Village, which doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Which is definitely a Secret Village. Yeah, which is definitely a cancer card, but it's not strong, and you need spellcasters to use it. I definitely could ban it, but at the same time, let's ban it after it gets a little bit lighter in the darkness. Maybe a certain spellcaster deck becomes good. Maybe Konami brings a new crazy Dark Magician support, and Dark Magician becomes meta. I don't know. And then they use Secret Village, and then we'll ban Secret Village, I guess. So in that sense, I just want to say, even if a shitty floodgate exists, so long as it's not meta, nowhere near meta, then who gives a shit, right? So long as it's easy to beat, then who gives a fuck? So that's my opinion. So in that sense, I think Skill Drain, Anti-Spell, these cards are Epidemic Virus, these cards are just so strong. Let me just look over some other stuff to see if I missed anything, okay? Yeah, I think I should... Yeah, probably... Labyrinth unfortunately uses... I didn't look at the whole IKEA build of Labyrinth that much. I mean I played Labyrinth, but Anubis Labyrinth, huh? Welsh Wales, huh? Well, let's look at what this guy's cooking. Yeah, Gozen, obviously they use Gozen, Skill Drain. Yeah, like Labyrinth just uses so many goddamn floodgates. It's really unimpressive. So I think banning all the floodgates and then banning also other super strong stuff is a way to go about it, I think. Because, yeah, I think if you just hit all the floodgates, I think it will absolutely make Labyrinth a fair deck, and therefore it also will honestly handle Labyrinth out of the meta game. Because the only reason Labyrinth is also this strong is because of floodgates. I know people are saying like, oh, you don't really need to use floodgates. The IKEA build is the best. Like, look at this, there's 6 floodgates. It's still 6 floodgates. And even if you and also eradicate epidemic viruses, just as from Cancer's card as a floodgate, and I banned it, so that's great. Oh yeah, also this fucking hell, full force. Like all those type of cards are kind of like Cancers. Like I'm not. Look, Kaiba is a piece of shit, okay? He keeps using all these Cancer's cards, and Konami keeps printing all those Cancer's cards. but while also like hitting those cards, but nerfing those cards, but it's still Cancer's enough. I think I'm just going to hit this, like all the epidemic virus that are remotely meta. The other card that the OG virus card got an errata that completely destroys it. Siphon Lord, it's also hand loop type of bullshit, but it's whatever. I personally don't think the hand loop stuff is like necessary. It can be balanced, and I think Cypher and Lord Omega could be somewhat balanced. Like you don't look at your opponent's hand, and you also have to banish his card also. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. In many copies, it can very well easily turn into something crazy, but I think it's fine. And yeah, I think everything in regards to Labyrinth is completely fine. This card, Ariana, is super nice, just Searcher. You know, Lady Labyrinth, pretty cool stuff. And I know Lovely Labyrinth also had loops, but it's fine. Yeah, yeah. Hypothetically, Lovely Labyrinth could also be considered something to be cancerous, but it's only like a labyrinth thing, and it's not even that good. It's not even that good. Like Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle is just better than Lovely Labyrinth. But yeah, I think this kind of hitting all the floodgates just kind of checks Labyrinth. In all honesty, look at this. Look at the OCG stuff. Hmm. Oh, OCG is not playing floodgates. That's interesting. I guess Dimensional Barrier is also kind of a piece of shit in that sense. Look, yeah, there's too many like cancerous traps, unfortunately. They're too good. Yeah, I don't miss it. Like, it's a little bit more skill based in the sense that you get to choose and declare one monster type. So it's not as bad as something like Skill Drain and Ghost or Rival. You just don't activate it. It's only for one turn. So definitely, there's a debate that Dimensional Barrier definitely deserves to be in the competitive landscape. But I don't know. I think against certain decks like Branded, it just hates Branded too much. I think, and I kind of like Branded, so yeah. Huh. With the same card types. Yeah, it's sort of like trying to slow it down, but it's fine. I think it's also really weak, and it also lasts for like something like similar archments lasts for one turn. But I think this might be an OCG card. I never seen this card in TCG. Hmm, possibly. Yeah, this is an interesting build. Yeah, certain Unchained cards are being used. I know, like Joshua Smith talked about Unchained Abomination being really good. We'll see. Yeah, this card's really good too. Absolute King Backjack. The furniture build, yeah, making sure that the furniture build is the best Labyrinth deck is good. Is good. And let's check out the other stuff. I think Sprite might be like insane. God damn it. Yeah, I think Sprite currently now is kind of insane because I think it's the second best deck in my opinion. And I personally like played with Sprite and they're super insanely good. Skystrikers are there's no way Skystrikers is good, guys. I'm sorry. Like you can put Engage to free and it's still not as great. Like especially if something like Sprite is in the format. And yeah, it's not even as good as Tier Element. You know, the Tier Element is still, despite all the hits, is still kind of Yeah, Runic Twin Sprite, this might be one of the best archetypes to use Sprite in. Hmm. And the weirdest thing about Sprite is that each individual card are good, they're fine, I think. It's just that when there's this many like good cards, naturally it's just going to become a really good deck. There isn't like one single like busted card that's like pulling everything up. But this deck's just super consistent. It's super good at searching, and it's just super good at recurring resources. You know, it's just strong. It's just strong. It doesn't necessarily do anything cancerous, but it's just that strong. So in that sense, I think Sprite definitely is a really fair strategy, but it's definitely like strong. If there was any like metaphor for Ryu players in Yu-Gi-Oh, then I think Sprite might be it. It's just super consistent, super straightforward, good deck. Runic definitely has those banishing effects. Maybe Hugin one might like be a good hit. But my hit was pretty obvious. I think if I were to actually hit Sprite, I think it'll be something like this. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, you wouldn't want to use Link 2s for the summon of this monster. And generally, Sprite summons a heck a lot of level 2s, so it's pretty easy to make. And yeah, it's just an extra extender. Without this, Sprite can actually play. It can still play, but I think Gigantic just kind of like makes it so that you special summon even more monsters, and it also makes Sprint go off way easily. I think Sprint is not a problem at all without Gigantic Sprite. So hitting Gigantic Sprite just kind of also kills a little bit of our Sprint. You can still use Sprint with the Mannequin Cats, but Mannequin Cat in itself is also sort of a janky strategy, at least compared to something like Sprite, Gigantic. So, and also Gigantic stops Nibiru, and I think making so that Sprite loses to Nibiru is good. But I think Sprite Red also stops Nibiru, so. Yeah, you can like stop the Gigantic with Sprite Red. And Sprite Red is a pretty strong monster, but at the same time, the fact that you have to tribute another level 2 seems like a good cost. And if you tribute your Link 2, then you can destroy it, but if you don't, it's just a monster negate. So in that sense, I think Sprite Red is fine. I think Gigantic, a hit on the Gigantic is just, like banning the Gigantic is enough of a hit on Sprite. Because, you know, I like Sprite, even if it still ends up being the best deck in the format, I really wouldn't mind. Especially this version of Sprite, where the elf is banned. Yeah, Live Twin is just good. Like, I keep like looking at the Live Twin plays. It doesn't really necessarily do anything cancerous, it's just that good, you know? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what's the hit to Runic. I think just banning Smiting Storm might be a good idea. Then it wouldn't be like be able to play Floodgates. But at the same time, like the banishing effect like of Sprite, I mean Runic isn't even that good. Like yeah, if you're playing combo Runic, then it's just an alternative win condition. If you even if you're due to the fact that Sprite dudes are just so small, you really can't like damage your opponent that well. So if you just like out resource their opponent, you can eventually take them out. That's an alt win. It gives a little bit of flexibility in the win conditions. I don't think the banishing effects are that effective, even if people complain about it. Like the best form of runic is still like runic sprite, runic live twin sprite, and aggressive forms of sprite. And even if people like complain about stun runic, hey, look at this, I banned all the floodgates, so it's going to be fine, I think. Maybe I'll search like something like runic stun and see if what runic stun players actually play. But I'm pretty sure I hit everything relevant. And it's also kind of hard. Like the only hit to actually make sprite even more or less powerful is just limiting sprite blue. But I don't know. I think that's a little too cruel. I think gigantic is enough on its own to hamper sprite a little bit. There's definitely many ways to go about it. I personally don't want to hit runic tip. I think Joshua Schmidt wanted to hit runic tip if they want to lower the power of runics, but I don't know. I really like consistency in these modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks, and tip is definitely a card I like using. Hyugin to 1. That's it. I think that's just enough of a hit to runic, and that's it. I think Light Twin is definitely weird because I only see it being meta in Sprite. It's only good as a package, right? Like, I need to read these cards. Yeah, they're like really good at swarming the field, and they're also level 2, so naturally they kind of mesh really well with Sprite. Yeah, I think hitting the gigantic really is just good, you know. And I also think that even if Live Twin is unhit and it becomes the best thing in the format, I'm still okay with it. Yeah, I think I really can't hit it more. Maybe you can just ban Runic Smiting Storm to hamper the freaking banishing effect to the milling effect. Maybe, but even Smiting Storm isn't like well played. Like Slumber, Freezing Curse, and Flashing Fire are just way better. Maybe Freezing Curse to 1 might be good, but like, I personally don't mind it. Also, maybe Slumber. Slumber to 1 might also help out because at least these effect negations and destructions are removal. So I think having a removal creates a bit of a back and forth, whereas Slumber kind of protects the board. So there's definitely that. I think cards that generally protect boards tend to be more cancers in my opinion. Whereas like board wipes, as dangerous as it is, are kind of fair. Even if you fall for something like a full board like evenly, like you fall for it because you didn't account for it. You didn't play around it. You didn't play around Lightning Storm, and Feather Storm. I think hitting Feather Storm is we have to wait on a little because let's see how it becomes after we ban all the floodgates. Because after banning all the floodgates, banning something like Harpy's Feather Duster might become good. But then again, like Lightning Storm to 1 is also a good hit too. Okay, I think that's enough. Yeah, I think that's... there's no need to like lose something like Pearly or oh yeah, they use Majesty's Fiend. Definitely, I think the thing with Majesty's Fiend is that it always keeps coming up. So yeah, I think it's just better if you ban it. Like fucking Monarchs also you kind of use them. And Monarchs are not very good, but Vanities. Yeah, the older Vanities cards are kind of like nutty. It's just not a very skill-based strategy. It's not very fun. Who gives a shit? You know? Like, I know there are some old school players who can't play modern combo decks, therefore they want to use a strategy that requires less brain cells, but I don't know. I don't like that. I really, like, after I start playing Shizu tier format, and after I start playing Sky Strikers and, like, Sprite, I just love skill-based combat, you know? This guy, Cook is kind of funny, but it's not even good anyway. Yeah, I pretty much destroyed Runic Stun, honestly. Like, what the hell are they even going to do? Yeah, they can do, I guess Amado Iwaro is kind of... like, yeah, it's kind of like Kansas, but it returns to the hand, so Amado Iwaro is just like, whatever. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait, you normal summon in, yeah. Yeah, like, how do you even use this freaking card? You just normal summon and wait? Or do you have some way to skip your end phase? Because it's just going to return to your hand, so, like, how? Yeah, I guess if your opponent has a negate, it can, like, help you. So in that sense, it's even fine, right? Yeah, I think everything is fine. I think Rune Fountain to 2 is good hit. Yeah, evil twins are really good, but who gives a shit? Like, they're only good because of Sprite. I don't think that's really great individually. And also, I just had this idea. I know it probably doesn't matter much, but Tier Elements is still a deck, and Tier Element is not that bad. Like, I banned all the floodgates, which means that Labyrinth goes down. Then I also hit Gigantic Sprite, which means Sprite goes down. And I also I also hit Kashira, so Kashira goes down. So I think Branded might be the only thing that's actually left that stands in the way of Tier Elements, but you can also mash Tier Element and Sprite together. And I think Winda is just a card that really works well with Tier Elements specifically. It's really insane with Harness too. I mean, it doesn't really matter much because of Harness is only limited to 1. But even then, like, if Tier Elements players get lucky, they can summon Winda really easily. And that's really dangerous. So I think just hitting Winda like that makes sure that the Tier Element gameplay remains skilled based, you know. It doesn't become super cancerous. You know, let's listen to what other people have to say about this. You know, just to make. Okay, Pack was kind of. Yeah, Pack says that Skystalk is crazy, but I tried to play Skystalk and not only is the deck hard to learn, it's also like not that amazing even if you like
higher. I would put it at tier.
Okay, Bestials is kind of insane. Bestials kind of make Dragon Link kind of insane.
One is one.
So in that sense, I think we need to hit certain Dragon Link hits. Oh yeah, I need to hit those. I think the boss monsters need to be hit in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, oh man, like the thing about boss monsters is the fact that they're just similar to floodgates, in the sense that if you don't have the out, then you lose. And I kind of don't really like that gameplay. I really enjoy more control-based format where people, use their skills, and the more skilled player wins, not the player who wins by going first. Like, I know access code can also be a very dangerous thing, but at least access code is sort of a removal, and technically you can stop an access code with Battle Fader and Threatening Roar, and if your opponent couldn't kill you with their access code, you can just Raigeki their entire board and come back from it. So yeah, I actually don't think access code should be hit yet. But I think these cards definitely needs to be hit, because Dragon League kind of uses it. I think Dragon League needs to be looked at. So in that sense, I think hand looping cards, floodgates, and boss monsters needs to be hit at first, I think. Dragon League 2023. Yeah, Dragon League is kind of insane. Yeah, Savage Dragon, they use it, definitely. Seals is weird. Yeah, Heretic Seals is kind of good. Like, maybe Seals the one might hit it down. Access code. Okay, you know what? Fuck access code. I kind of thought about it, and I realized yeah, access code is not of a problem as Barone is, in my opinion. I think Barone is seriously contributing to the whole unbreakable board type of shenanigans. I think Appaloosa needs to go. The freaking Sprite can also use it. I think cards that just kind of create this hard to outboard just kind of needs to go, I think. Apple. The frick? Lusa? Yeah, Appaloosa needs to go. Yeah, Appaloosa needs to go. I don't know. It's too generic. I think these generic boss monsters just need to go. Go away. Come on. Brown, Appaloosa, they contribute to unbreakable boards. Access code, as much as I like removal, it's an OTK. It's an OTK festival. I think Pearl also needs to time in the sun, I think. Pearl End is also kind of hard to out. It's in OTK, it's also hard to out. And also, it can also negate, so it's just like a negate like Baron. It's good, it's too good. I think certain people are okay with it, but not me. I'm kind of okay with it, but at the same time, I think without these cards in the format, I think Konami and I think the game will just be better off, in all honesty. Without all these boss monsters that are hard out, boss monsters that are OTK, I think the format will be just way better. And also hand looping bullshit. And even then, I think Dragon League might be one of the best in the format. Especially because we banned Winda, we've hit certain parts of we hit Cashew and the freaking and also Sprite. So yeah, I think Dragon Link is really dangerously strong because of Bestials. Maybe Lubellion needs to be limited. Maybe. But I'm kind of okay with some of the Bestial gameplay. It's fine, and Bestials are only good against Dark and Light. And even then, at the end of the day, they're just big boys, you know. They're not necessarily something that's cancerous. It's still kind of fun to play the mirror. It's kind of fun to fight it out. Or maybe, I need to look at Brandon now. I think Brandon is kind of also insanely good. Let's see here. Free Brandon Fusion. Kind of debatable. I think one Ice Cheat might be good. And Mirror Jade is just the best monster. I think I don't want to like ban Brand Fusion straight up. If anything, I think banning Mirror Jade is much better. Like because if you do that, then the endboard is bad. But you know, you can still play with your Brand Fusion, and you can still easily make monsters. I think the ability of Brand Fusion to make any like Albas, Fallen Albas, Dragon monsters is kind of cool. It's just that the certain boss monsters like Mirror Jade are kind of too strong, maybe. And also maybe the Tax Dragon. Tax Dragon is kind of annoying, but that's fine. Like, it's not as good as Mirror Jade, I think. But it's definitely, like, worth considering. Baldric. It's definitely a thinker. I think, call me crazy, but I think this might be the hit. Yeah, that's it. Maybe I should hit Dragon Link now to make the power level even lower. But I don't know. I think this might be good. But yeah, I think like hitting Lubellion might be the right move to stipulate the Dragon Link. But at the same time, Lubellion, like cards like Lubellion are kind of fun. Like it's pretty skill based. Yeah, maybe okay. Yeah, I know people might not like this, but I think IP could also get banned because everyone plays IP. Like if you take special summons a lot, then you play IP, and then you make whatever boss monster you have to be indestructible, which is kind of annoying to out. So in that sense, I think like Moscow, yeah, she's pretty cute, but too strong, too generic. Kind of really wish decks had their own identity instead of just having these generic boss monsters that everyone uses. It's been too goddamn long. Oh man. Okay, I get it. I think the hit is obvious like this. Like, yeah, I get that the freaking bestials are more of a problem, but this card is just a link one. So yeah, a lot of extra deck monsters need to go. Fuck this card. And it's also kind of old, you know. At least the bestials are kind of new toys. They're a little too big for their big than they should be, but it's fine. Like, so long as you don't play light and dark, it's fine. I think this is just like perfect. This is like perfect. Yeah. Mirror Jade. Yeah, better than Mirror Jade is fine. Okay, maybe let's go to the limit section. Not much, honestly. I was kind of like going crazy about banning certain stuff, but like, limiting is weird because, like, if a certain card is cancelled, then you ban it, and usually if you play a certain card, cancels cards, you play with free copies of it. Like, I don't know. I kind of like found it really weird. I'm kind of malfunctioning. Like, I really don't like consistency hits, which is why I don't want to limit certain cards. Like, Mirror Jade ban is fine. Like, it's good. I think it's a much more fair hit than whatever. This card's kind of like cancerous too. Yeah, you can like. Yeah, you can give your opponent some bullshit, which is kind of cancerous. So in that sense, but it's a new card. It's also kind of hard to do. So it's like whatever, you know. Yeah, and I think it's kind of it. Oh shit! Did I save? Yeah. Okay. Um. Um. Okay. Unlimited section. Let's just get this freaking thing out of here. Like, yeah, it's already at 2, and Skystroke isn't even that good. And if you ban all the floodgates, becomes even worse. The deck becomes even worse. It's just not great. Like, linkage can OTK, but that's about it. Linkage is great. It can help in OTKing, but other than that, the deck's not great. And I don't think the third engage is going to be like the game changer. I really don't think so. And even if like Skystroke becomes the best deck in the format, I wouldn't mind that. I honestly wouldn't mind that. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think I should pause here. Honestly. Yeah, I'm back, and that's about it.
Puppet lock you. The board they make is still very annoying, and they're grinding.
Yeah, like map maker's fine. I even bad the access code, so like everything is fine. Tier is great, but like it's definitely gotten stronger because of all the meta decks being hit. You know, in my ban list.
Game is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I guess I want to do one thing. Hugh into one, but like, okay, I got it. Let's do this. Let's stop messing around. Yeah, you know, just banishing stuff kind of cancels. It doesn't affect much. And Hugh into one. That's pretty much it. I think yeah, I think that's about it. That's about it. It might even force Rook to play some of these other exotic monsters more. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can messed up. Should probably show you guys this, you know. Smiting Storm should probably get banned. You know, just so that people could stop complaining about the mills. And you can limit. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that you need. And engage the free, like who cares? I know Pack has a really good high opinion of the freaking Sky Strikers, but I don't know. I played it and it doesn't feel that great. It's just so hard to goddamn pilot. And you barely like yeah, if you have, draw 3 copies of linkage, you might be able to OTK on an empty board, mind you. And you can, I guess, hide the poke more, I guess, but it's so hard. It's so hard to board break, and it's just not amazing. Let's see here.
Master Duel has tier limit, and that makes tiers.
Yeah, it can make sense. Branded tier 1, yeah. I think it can. I mean, branded tier 1 kind of works unless you bring anti-spell fragrance and like dimensional barrier and stuff like that. Which I banned, so definitely I think it could be the best deck. Flu is very interesting. And Flu might actually become one of the best. Because in my thing, because I didn't hit it at all. I didn't touch it. Huh. Dragon League is really strong. I'm kind of wondering why Kelly is like underestimating it a bit. I really wouldn't say tell them this experimental. It's not. It's really not that bad, especially with Arise Heart banned. Like all the Floodgates bullshit being banned and Arise Heart being banned, and if you like ban also Mirror Jade, then yeah, Tillman is going to go up. I definitely feel that Tillman's way easier deck to pilot and way stronger than Sky Strikers when I played it. Like the current version of, even if you have 2 engage and 3 multi-roll, like it's not, doesn't feel great.
Mental, but I will leave a caveat here. It heavily depends on how powerful evenly matched is and how powerful negations
Trap Tricks isn't that
if
great.
Negations are at an all-time high. Trap Tricks going second is a done. But
Yeah, I think a negation, if you just ban all the freaking negation monsters, then it's fine. Like the format's way more healthier if you like ban all the negation bullshit. I think yeah, I think it just makes a lot of sense.
if negations can
I try to be as logical as possible and as consistent as possible without trying to be biased, you know. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I
You
heard
already
this.
know it's Thursday. It's fun. Banker Soul, I think, goes into tier 2. I think it's actually
Yeah, Lightroom Sprite is insane. I played Sprite and it's just insane. If I didn't hit Live Twin at all, so that might actually cause a bit of a problem. But it's fine. I think I hit it enough. And I personally think the Sprite is the one that's carrying. I think the Light Twin stuff is only good as an engine. In Sprite, specifically. You don't see, like, Tribal grade Light Twin. I mean, you might have, but I don't think it's that great. Plunder Patrol, if Plunder is good, then it's good. I really want it to be good.
a better deck than people think it
Tier 11 is definitely stronger than people realize.
is. I think the problem
Dragon League is insane, and yeah, I hit all 3 of these. Labyrinth still might be good, but I don't know. I think if you ban all the Floodgate and ban the Epidemic Virus bullshit, then Labyrinth just becomes too fair and loses, maybe. Then I guess maybe Rika might be the best one, but I think Rika is also fine. Also, I kind of remembered. Fucking that piece, man. Fuck this card. Yeah. Fuck this card.
Banker Soul is that it's not going to be played a lot because of its price. People think it is. I think the
Yeah, unfortunately, if my Banlist goes into effect, then Mapmec might be good, but it doesn't have access code, so it can't really easily win the game.
problem for Vanquish Soul is that it's not going to be played a lot because of its price point. It's not a very good deck value-wise. Like, what you pay for is not what you get in terms of quality, because this tier 2 here is packed with budget options, right? The Vanquish Soul deck is not one of them, so I don't think you will see a lot. For my own mental health, I'll put Salamangreat in tier 3. You can't stop me from doing that.
Yeah, you really love Saland. I don't know. I think the Striker, is perfect for a tier 2 deck, especially with 2 engage. And if it becomes a 3 engage, it might even become a top tier. Possibly, but I don't know. I think the deck is just too hard to pilot. On top of the fact that, well, you just give so many turns to your opponent. And even if you like try to OTK with linkage, you can only OTK in an open board. You just have so much of a problem getting over a certain opponent's board. And going first, you have nothing.
Problem for Vanquish Soul is
Shizuku pass, baby.
that it's not going to be played a lot because
Yeah, and I think this balance is definitely helps out Skystrikers a lot, because it bans all the hard 2-hour boss monsters with negations, and Skystrikers, at least have certain removals for big bonuses. And it can also, then again, I also banned Skystrike access code, so you can't do the whole sling combo, but you can also go into Ball Sword, technically. So yeah, I think hitting it and making the power scaling way down is much more understandable.
of its price point. It's not a very good deck value-wise. Like,
Yeah, Rika might be a really good deck. I haven't really looked at it. Yeah, it does make something right. I guess I have to look at it, because it's definitely a deck that I'm not very familiar with, honestly. If you can attribute your opponent's shit with Kong Kong. I mean, without Rivalry, Rivalry is technically a Rika hit, so. Yeah, it's good. Tripping your opponent's shit is pretty good. Mudang, huh? And But here's the thing, Rika also is kind of a fair deck, right? Aside from the whole Floodgate nonsense, it doesn't really have negation. Like it's fine. Like yeah, it's definitely strong, but teardrop is strong, but like it's fine. Like it's just board breaks. It just tributes a lot. It's a really good deck, but it's not that cancerous, frankly enough. Maybe I really need to look at the Rika and boards.
What you pay for is not what you get in terms of quality, because this tier down here, as much as it hurts, but yeah, purely my first.
I still don't understand how is Runic Sprite tier 3 but Runic Sprite Live Twin tier 1, which really makes me wonder if I should have hit Live Twin. But whatever, I think Live Twin is kind of cute. It just becomes a boss monster, then that boss monster tributes itself and brings back stuff, and it destroys. It's fine. It doesn't do anything that I dislike.
Was that Delicious Memory wasn't that big of a hit. I was definitely wrong on that. I didn't realize why.
Yeah, he didn't realize that.
Looked at it in the way where I thought.
Yeah, I think I noticed that fast, because as soon as the hit happened, I mean, I was playing with Purely, and then the hit happened, and I was like, shit. Like, I was having so much hard time going first. I didn't know the full combo lines, so I thought trying to end on Plump, but that was a big mistake. And if you don't make Noir turn 1, the stick just kind of sucks really badly. But going for second is actually kind of fine, because you still have Plump.
His memory was just not that great of a call. It just got a lot better. Another deck that I think has great potential is the Dinka.
Come on, dude.
Deck.
Do it in order.
Into most of the hand traps, then all of those lines. If I have to go to a rank 4 to find circular, I lose to.
Drytron is tier 3, but like some people might want me to like bring back more Drytron cards, but in my opinion, I think Drytron kind of like plays like shit, and it's basically the whole definition of an unbreakable board. So it's kind of like
Ash, Imperm, Veiler, even hurts a bit more than you think, but still Labyrinth is a top tier deck, I think. Whether the furniture build or the floodgate build is going to be better, I don't know. I predict the furniture build is going to
be... Labyrinth might still be the best deck, but I don't know. I think if you just hit all the floodgates and handle bullshit, then Labyrinth actually kind of stops being great. Then again, I also hit the other decks really hard, so maybe Labyrinth might be good. But here's the thing: if Labyrinth is good before playing any of these floodgates, then that's amazing, and I would actually prefer to play that format. So yeah, if Labyrinth is good in the format that I created, then that's great.
Because it's more resilient to hate. Labyrinth, I think that is a playstyle that is just better in this upcoming format than it was last format. Very solid deck. It's got solid grind game. It's not an option. I'm looking at it from my still. Spoiler alert, I will not play this deck at German Nationals. There's a 0% chance that I'm turning up to German into tier 2, but I think that's already being generous. One reason why you will probably see it in some top cuts at regional or national level is because I think Sky Striker is one of the decks out of recent years with like the largest fan base, and I think a lot of people will bring it, and by sheer representation maybe a couple people will get lucky enough to make it in the top cut. I don't have the greatest hope for Sky Striker though.
Oh yeah, fucking Bestials destroys Sky Strikers. There's no way Strikers is going to be great. Like, I think limiting every single Bestial to 1 is also a good move. Like, yeah, this is fine, but in the future I think just limiting every single Bestial to 1 might be a good idea.
To the current decks. Rika, on the other hand, is a deck that it's going to be the first one I'm going to throw in tier 1.5. I think Rika Sun Avalon is a solid pick for the upcoming format. I keep saying this about Rika.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking dupus. Let's 2023. Let's look at it. Let's look at the Rika deck a little bit. OCG meta, huh? Oh, I think this new card. Oh yeah, this card, does this card negate? Oh yeah, this freaking Hyperion negates. You know what? Fuck Hyperion. Yeah, I was really wondering if Sonovalent needs. No, fuck everything I said. Completely forgot about. I was really unsure if Rika negates or not. Then I remembered that this card actually kind of negates. I thought that it didn't negate, but I remember wrong. Hyperite Tongue. Yeah, Hyperite Tongue, ban it. Yeah, fuck this card. Freaking negation board. Annoying asses. Secret 3-piece Hyperton. Ban it, ban it, ban it, ban it. You know, I think like modern Yu-Gi-Oh would just be better if you just ban all the floodgates, then ban all the boss monsters that are hard to out that have negations on them, and then like ban all the hand loopy stuff, the hand rip stuff, and then yeah, that's about it. Then they'll be improve. I think there's an argument that Roll and Lockport should be banned, but it's fine. I think it's just a way more fair version of Maxi, I guess. I guess Maxi also makes you make a choice, but like this card is not that great if the format doesn't like have that many searches. Plus, you know, I kind of like the fact that turns don't last too long thanks to Drone Lockbird. You can always wait if you survive, but you know, only if the power level goes down. So in that sense, yes. Yeah, every single other card is fine, right? Yeah, it's also a monster negate, but it's fine. I think Hyperion is definitely the more dangerous type of negations. Hyperion, like yeah, it's kind of insane. I kind of remember now that Rika has these types of negates. Yeah, I think when you ban this, then this card becomes worse, right? Since you're trying to exist some this card. Yeah, Hyperion, one cancels card. No, tripling your opponent's shit, pretty cool stuff. Having a big bungus that infinitely negates your opponent's cards, not so great.
Is like it's been doing very well in these last couple months because there's just this dedicated player base of Rika players who just bring the deck over and over and over again. They keep doing well with it. Really goes to show that the deck is something that if you know how to play it, if you know how to pilot the deck, if you know how to navigate the matchups, you can do well with it. The deck didn't get hit by the ban list at all. I think that makes it a top competitor. Also, for some reason, Rika is just a phenomenon where everyone in the Yu-Gi-Oh community just refuses to learn how Rika works, is my impression. I have literally learned how to play Rika just a couple weeks ago because we played it in Master Duel or something. And let me tell you, my win rate against Rika has drastically gone up since I invested the time to play the deck myself. And now I know pretty much what they do, basically. And it's like, a lot of people just don't do that because you don't play against the deck that often. Like, only every once in a while, every other tournament, you'll face a Rika player and you have no idea what's going on, which is how it is for the majority of the community. And then that just gives you a little bit more of a win percentage. So there's that. The deck is solid, though. I encourage you to at least look at it. If you don't want to play it yourself, fine. I don't think you have to. I don't think Kaushi and some of the in the tier 2 as 5 combo that played around low tier 2. Right at all. It's something I plan to try, but I can't help but think if it was good for YCS London, then
Yeah, I think Sprite might still be the best one. I think Lightwood, I didn't hit Lightwood at all, but I think it's fine. I also kind of like Sprite, so kind of biases. But you know, I still hit a lot of shit. Gigantic Sprite is still a Sprite hit, and Yugen to 1 should definitely clear things up. Oh, and I also forgot. You definitely want to ban this to make sure that make absolutely sure that Labyrinth doesn't play any floodgates. Yeah. Make sure that Labyrinth absolutely doesn't play floodgates with summon limit. Yes, they can play under summon limit really well.
it has to be good now. Maybe I'm gonna put it at the top of here because I can't do anything other than just attest it. Like, it has great potential. That's what I know, but I don't know exactly where it ends up. Now, Naturia Runic, in my opinion, is the one deck here that really took a hit on this ban list. I personally think that the hit is quite significant. I think one Sacred Tree is a big deal. If you could choose one card to open, like every single game, you would take Sacred Tree because it's just the best card in the deck, I think, because you just like activate any runic, discard the tree, you have everything together, you go +1, you have Fountain, you have your Naturia. It's the best card in the deck, and that card being limited means you don't open it as much, you run out of it. The deck is not dead, but I don't think
it's kind of funny because I keep hitting all these sticks, and also might make it so that Tri-Brigade becomes good again. Like, holy shit, like Tri-Brigade and Source Soul are like probably the main protagonist of Yu-Gi-Oh!
it's as good as
If Konami is really going to power level down.
it was. I think it's kind of like a shadow of itself. I'm gonna throw it here. And then we have Plunder Runic, which I think previously was weaker than Naturia Runic, but now I think it's along the same, maybe even better. Like, I like this deck, actually. It's like, I've played this deck a little bit. I tested it for YCS London. I think it's a solid deck. Runic Sprite without twins. It's something I've tried a decent amount last format. It did struggle at least a decent amount with a Rysart. Without Elf, the Sprite engine just doesn't have the win condition that it used to have. I think it needs another engine, right? Yeah, Pure is probably not even that great. I don't think Sprite Runic without any complementary engine is just good enough anymore. So yeah, I'm actually throwing it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Probably should try out Live Twin Runic, I guess. Yeah. They definitely need to try out the Live Twin version. Which makes me wonder if I should ever hit the Live Twin stuff, but like, I didn't do that. Maybe I should next, but I think the Runic and the Sprite hits are pretty strong enough.
As much as it hurts, but yeah. Pure.
Yep. This is the thing. Okay, let's just go over it one last time. Yeah, Register Sphin, all this bullshit. Epidemic War is bullshit. Dimensional Barrier, Summon Limit, and all the Floodgates. And there's the Extra Deck Monsters. Mirror Jade, Winda, hit to Tillman, hit to Branded, Barone. These are just unbreakable board bullshit. These 4, they keep doing that. These 6 kind of do that, and also I guess Borland also contributes to it. Striker Dragon, and then Gigantic Sprite because it's an extender and it stops Nibiru. And Access Code because it creates OTKs, and I want Ball Sword to see more play. And Appaloosa also kind of contributes to the whole unbreakable board situation. It really does. Masquerena, again, unbreakable boards. It helps make so that every boss monster, Link monster you have has a destruction defense, which is too generic and too strong. It's just too generically strong. And we're going to be playing this card for the end of time. And Striker Dragon, it's a Dragon Link kit. I think Dragon Links are pretty strong. Limits, Q into 1. Unlimits, engage to 3. Yeah, that's about it.
Literally, my first reaction.
Wait, the freaking Gazelle? I'm pretty sure Gazelle is at 3. No, it's not. Oh, then Gazelle to 3. And I guess High Power to 3. I personally don't play Orcus that much, so it kind of like glossed over my mind, I guess. So yeah, maybe I'll limit these stuff. I think that'll be cool.